Good evening and salutations, my BNB fans. So, while Deacon is talking to Hollis about this funeral memorial service that he's planning for Sheila, the Logan sisters come in and he greets them, and this is where things get a little out of pocket for me, right? Like, I get that Deacon is grieving, he missed Sheila, he loves Sheila. He saw the potential that she could have had for goodness and things of that nature. But the problem is that when he walks over to them, he talks about this memorial service that he plans on having. I'm like, you know that Sheila has hurt these women, right? Hurt the Logans, hurt the Forresters for years, right? So it, I don't understand. Like, this is one of those things where it's like you can tell he must be really grieving because I mean, it's like the definition of him just can't, him not reading the room. Now, Donna did sit there and say something that was very tactless, and I'm not gonna sit there and ignore that because it was really out of line. But I'm like, why would you be walking up to them talking about, oh, we're gonna be sitting there planning some sort of funeral for her? I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I'll actually tell you the truth, and I know it sounds bad, but they're practically sitting there, have a sign of relief. They're pretty much glad that she's gone. While it's not really um, tactful to sit there and be celebrating on someone's death, I think they do kind of look at it like they don't have to look over their shoulders. They can sit there and breathe a sign of relief. So, like, what did you think was going to wind up happening? Oh, they were just going to wind up going to, oh, listen, I didn't really like Sheila, but, I'll go. Like, what was the point of bringing that up? Um, but Deacon, calls Finn. Is like, hey, listen, I really think you should come to this memorial. I know that you didn't really have good blood with her, but she really loved you, this, that, and the third. And I don't even want to call it devil's advocate. Like, on one hand, it's like, you're calling him to tell him that the woman that shot him and his wife and left him in the alley to die is having a memorial. I think you should sit there and come here because she would want that. What the f is wrong with you? On the other hand, he has been having mixed feelings um, about her for a very long time. Ever since she got out of jail for pretty much the last time, his emotions have been very mixed. You know, he hugged her. She saved Kelly's life, which people just keep forgetting. Like, that's not a thing. That's why, when Stephanie came to, Sheila's place, Deacon's place or whatever, and punched Sheila in the face, it was like, stay away from my kids. You mean the same kid that she saved from drowning? Really? Like, we just all just gonna just forget that, right? But he called her mom, he thanked her and everything like that, so he has conflicting feelings. So while before that, Finn and Stephanie was initially talking about Hope and Thomas and their relationship, and they both disagreed, but Stephanie was like, listen, it's okay to agree to disagree. But then they get to that point, and Stephanie's like, what's wrong with him? Why would he even sit there and talk about memorial services? Oh, we would even want to sit there and go there after what she put our family through, after the fact that she literally came in his house to do harm to me. Why would we want to sit there? Why would we even want to hear that for? But he does, but she does sit there because, Finn is like, well, he probably said this because this, that, and the third. And at that point, Stephanie was like, so, I mean, you're not going, right? I mean, you're not gonna go, right? You're not gonna go to the sociopath, the psychopath that left us dead, bleeding in the alley, right? You're not gonna do that, right? Just blink once or twice. Let me know you're not gonna do that. And again, he's conflicted. He's been, even since her death, he's been just not sure how to react. And then He's thinking about her once again, saving Kelly, all the amount of blood that's on the floor. I think he's going to go. Long story short, I feel like he's going to go. Now, while Liam and Hope have family time with Beth, Deacon calls. It's like, hey, listen, just let you know, I have no memorial service. I really like you to come. More to support him. He's like, I get it. You had complicated feelings, but, I would appreciate it if you go. And of course, most likely Hope's going to go. And on top of that, um, Deacon said that Finn is going. So even if, she's not going to go for herself because she don't have no reason to go, but she's going to go to support Deacon and support Finn. Liam is like, again, he's like, you're not just gonna entertain that, right? Long story short, the most likely are. And if you were to my live stream last night, or if you watched my video yesterday, remember, Hope did sit there and say she's gonna find a way to get back at Steffi for what she supposedly did. And even Steffi in this episode, she was like, "Hey, listen, I just talked to him. I didn't, he chose to go. He didn't have to sit there and listen to me." you know, because I felt like Finn was like, well, you involved and you push the situation and you push Thomas to go, and I'm like, Steph really couldn't push Thomas to go if he didn't actually want to go. So I don't even understand why we're having this conversation. But I did sit there and say he's gonna get back. I mean, Finn is grieving, he's emotional, he's vulnerable. She's a Logan. And she did sit there and say that she was going to get revenge. So, yeah, it's also funny because, during the live stream or whatever, we were just like, well, who's going to go to her funeral? So, of course, the coworkers are going to go because, well, they haven't really had to sit there and deal with the evil shield. So they just know her as the funny, charming girl, charming woman that comes in, that helps out, and, is good to the boss. So, they're going to sit there and go. So, and I was just like, who is actually going to sit there and go to this woman's funeral? It's just going to be him and Hope, maybe, because Hope is compassionate. And then probably Finn. So it'll be like three people, but now you're going to have some extras. So I guess Brad Bell has money to sit there and pay some extras. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. This episode was decent. I definitely sit there and say it was better than Y&R for some odd reason. I mean, it wasn't that much better, but like as far as I think, because let's be honest, they had Mariah and Tess, and anytime they have Mariah and Tess, it's like a fart in the wind. It's like they come in, they talk about some house that no one cares about living in that we're not gonna see, and we probably won't sit there and see them for like another six weeks, if not that. So I guess by the low standards that Y&R actually managed to do, B&B's the winner. But yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. If I forget anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, Bold and Beautiful, because I got more thoughts on that. Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital. And with that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.